Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Let's start our video with a tale of petty revenge. $1,000 loss. About 6 years back, I was on my way to my parents one night, who live in another state, and I stop at a bridal store in my state to order my bridesmaid dress. I'm wearing a pair of old jeans, and I didn't pack any others because my intent was to take my mother out shopping the next morning, and I was going to pick up a few pair of jeans then. Specifically, I was going to go to that chain store with another name for blue in the title, as they were having a sale on their jeans for $20. I'm getting dressed after my fitting, and because I'm an unbalanced idiot, I step on the right pants leg while pulling the jeans up and make what was a small rip into a big one. A huge, from the top of the back right pocket to the back of the knee rip. Yeah, not embarrassing at all. Thank goodness I was wearing decent underwear. But wait. Chain store has a location few doors down. This is one of those outside plaza kind of places, and I still have 15 minutes before they close. I hurry down as much as my trying to keep my pants closed with one hand walk will let me, and reach the door. Locked. I try all the doors, all locked. Look at the sign, it says they close at 9, but it's 8:50. Yeah, I know it sucks to get last-minute customers, but I'm just going to be in and out for a pair of jeans, and I'm happy to tell the workers that if they come to the door. But they won't. They just look at me. I call the store. Seriously, I don't want to have to drive 3 hours in ripped jeans, and I know I'm going to have to stop for gas at one point, where I'm sure I'll be positioned just right for the security camera to catch a view of my butt. And OMG, could you please just open the door? The hours are definitely 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. No sign saying they were closing early for meetings or anything like that. Nope, the workers just decided to close early. Now I'm pissed off. It's February, it's cold, I gotta drive 3 hours. I just want a pair of jeans. Get to my parents' house and my mother's like, only you. Loans me a pair of her pants to wear for the next day. Go out shopping the next morning, get to the chain store that's near my parents' home, and a thought occurs to me. I remember I used to buy clothes at this outlet store, which was 2 hours away, but if I wanted to return or exchange it, I could go to a local store. One day I was making a return and the local store clerk was frustrated. She mentioned that she hated the outlet for always telling people they could return at a local store because people would spend gobs of money, then realize they overspent and would make their returns at the local store, so the outlet sales numbers looked great, but the local store sales/return numbers would look bad because they were taking in all these outlet clothes on returns. Oh yeah. I go to the chain store location with my mom and confirm that yes, I could return chain store purchases at any location. And yes, they would have to pay me back the sales tax that I paid, not the local sales tax. My parents' sales tax was a full 1.2% higher than local store sales tax. Hee. The poor sales clerk just knows I'm about to return something to her from another state. Instead, I smile sweetly and hand her 51 pairs of jeans. I took all different sizes so I wouldn't completely wipe them out of a particular size. Hey, it wasn't their fault. 1 pair for me and 50 pairs for later. I assure her I will not be returning these to her store, and I thank her for her time. If I had the money, I would have bought more, but I only had enough temporary spare money to cover the 50 pairs. Get back to my local store in my state the next day, confirm again they were supposed to be open until 9 p.m. on that fateful evening, and that means they're supposed to let you in the store as long as you walk in by 9. Then I tell them I have a return. Nope, no need to exchange. I just need my money back. Here's my ID, my receipt, and my debit card. Please process this almost $1,100 return, and I'm happy to wait. Manager wants to know if there's a problem with the jeans, and I say, nope, just wanted to inconvenience the store that decided it wanted to close early. Oh, you need to inspect all the jeans? No problem, take your time. I brought a book with me. So very petty. And because the jean sale had ended and it was a Sunday, they weren't as busy as they normally were. I know that I made an impact on their bottom line for that day. Wish I could have bought and returned 500 pairs of jeans. But oh well, I satisfied myself with that moment of pettiness. And our second story. Track me? Sure, I'll comply, but not easy. So my former workplace is trying to get a hold of me about a year and a half after I quit. They gave me a job offer that turned out to be a whole other job. Bad for them. It seems that they have a problem with Skatverket, the Swedish IRS. It all started one day when the company told me they were installing GNSS tracking in our vehicles. They blamed Scatterverket, wanting to know that we did not use them when off the clock. Well, that's kind of true, but in fact, Scatterverket is only wanting to know if we did, and if so, how much. When I pointed this out to my boss, he went off on an angry monologue stating that us low-level workers couldn't be trusted, and finishing with, all we did was trifle away our work hours. So the statement from the company that had no intent to follow us in real time was bullcrap. The problem for the company was that our union had already banned the practice of following us in real time, with a few exceptions. The tracking device installed was easy to Google and thereby even easier to figure out how to manipulate. The biggest concern was it was tamper-proof, so no on opening it up. Well, since it used GPS as the only source for positioning, there was a simple bypass. After speaking to an old colleague of mine from the military, I ordered an antenna, $150, a Raspberry Pi, got my former colleague to find a good software, and created a GPX with a track going on every road in Malta. Thereafter, I set the device to start via the 12-volt in the car and simply tell the shielded tracker that I was driving around Malta. The effect didn't take long to show. After a week, the boss told me my vehicle needed service. It did not. I knew when service was due. Another week goes by and it suddenly needs something else. Can't remember. Both times they needed the car to go to another city, even though our regular service station was in town. After a month, I got another car. The company blamed it on something with the lease. After that, they didn't say anything at all about cars or anything else until the day I quit. Last day there, when dropping off my last things, the boss straight out asked me what I had done since everyone else's tracker seemed to work properly. I told him I had no idea what he was talking about and went outside and laughed my butt off. Leaving the premises, I met a coworker who'd always been really nice to me, so for about 2 boxes of snus, he got the setup from me. Until today, I thought this would be a petty revenge on a company that tried to illegally follow my whereabouts, but apparently they'd sent our tracks into Scatterverket, and, well, they had some questions. Either their record were lies, or they needed to go over all the records from the company, or they had to get the paperwork for doing business abroad before July. The rumor spread real quick, and now the union also had a couple of questions. Somewhere along the lines, you can also track your workers in real time? We haven't signed off on this. In conclusion, had they only been upfront and told everyone what they were planning and got the union in on it, I wouldn't have cared. Now they chose the other way of doing things. And our last story. Guess she didn't want to talk to the manager. I work at a place that sells sandwiches, and we deliver. Today we were extremely busy during the lunch rush, and as a result, delivery times were a little slow. We were making sandwiches as fast as we could, but there were too many orders. Our inline shop, customers who come in and order at the counter, was literally out the door. On top of all that, we were understaffed because 2 of our employees had quit. Instead of the 5-man sandwich making crew we should have had, it was 3 people, and one of them was the new guy who started last week. Had to stop and ask what came on every sandwich. Eventually, we just put him up on the register so that the other experienced employees could focus on making the orders. When it finally slowed down, the last few delivery orders were still on like a 40-minute wait, which isn't even that crazy for delivery. Domino's often takes twice that when it's busy. A lady comes in, and while she doesn't have the "can I speak to your manager" haircut, she's making a face. Anybody in the service industry knows the face. Total Karen. I know it's going to be some bullcrap right away. Karen, I ordered a delivery for 3 sandwiches and it never showed up. We're hungry. We've been waiting for an hour. Perfectly possible. It's been a hectic morning and mistakes happen. Me. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Can you give me the name and the address on your order? Karen. Karen McFake name at 5555 Someplace Drive Northwest. I pull up the order and have to really put in effort not to roll my eyes. Me. I see you placed that order 27 minutes ago. Our driver left with it 5 minutes ago. Well, he took too long and I had to leave work to come get it. You guys weren't answering your phones. Not true, by the way. If we'd stopped answering phones, the morning wouldn't have been so hectic. Me. Okay, well, we can make your order now if you waive the delivery fee since you came in to get it. Well, what are you going to give me to make this right? I'm thinking, I said I would give you the food and the delivery fee. What the hell else do you want? Me. Sorry, I'm not authorized to fully comp any meals. She huffs and then stands there at the counter while we make her food, which you're not supposed to do since other people come in to order. We have a designated spot for picking up completed orders, but whatever, I don't say anything. We give her food, and she leaves. I text the driver, telling him he can skip that order and move on to the next one, since she already came in to get it. Story should end there, right? Wrong. 15 minutes later, we get a call asking where the delivery is, and I get their name and address. I was very surprised to hear that it was Karen McFakename at 5555 Someplace Drive Northwest. I double-checked it twice. It was the same name and address. Now, at first I thought that maybe someone else had overheard Karen's order and come in to make a fake complaint and get free food. Me. Oh, I'm sorry, there must be some sort of mix-up. I just had a woman come in saying that this was her order, so we made her the food and canceled the delivery. Karen, screaming, "That was me! You said the delivery driver was on the way. Where is he?" Let me get this straight. You came to pick up the food, and I gave you the money for the delivery back and gave you the food. But you were expecting us to deliver it? Again? For free? Yes, to make up for me having to leave work and get it. Miss, you didn't have to come and get your food. You chose to. It was already on its way. If you wanted it delivered, you should have waited for the driver. Karen, no longer screaming, "Can I speak to your manager?" "Oh, you absolute fool. Don't you know? I am the manager." Click. Guess she didn't want to talk to the manager, huh? Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.